And you look a bit weird when we're not aware with a first with a camera attached to it, so yeah. Hello, it's Moobit here, your friendly media manager from GamerNaz.co.uk and of course Moobit Media. With a bit of a Monday musing vlog for you, and this week it's all about coders and coding and the sort of re-emergence of it over the last couple of years, as I'm sure a lot of you have noticed. Obviously I grew up in the age of the Spectrum, where it was a Spectrum, the C64, things like that, and you had bedroom coders just everywhere, making their own little games, selling them in the shops, things like that. But as it kind of fell out of fashion for a while, they became more, in my opinion, like well, plumbers almost. Like you know, lost art where people didn't fix it themselves; they just employed a few, you know, elite people. But now, as we know, the digital age is in full swing. So these kind of skills are going to have to come back if you know, if people are going to get on in life, especially people like, you know, people my age as kids, as it were. We've seen a bit of a re-emergence slowly but surely over the last couple of years. Various tech and software things you can get online, little online courses. Raspberry Pi came along, which obviously has got rave reviews and has had a massive take up just because of the cheapness of it. A lot of schools and things like that have got there. And then obviously this year in Britain, as some of you might know, we will actually be the first country to make coding a mandatory thing in our schools from the age of 5 up to at least 16, with various other key stages involved in that. And that's kind of quite a big shift, really. Even consoles have gotten on the act. Sony and Microsoft being quite notable examples. So you could argue that Little Big Planet on the PlayStation kind of brought it more into the mainstream, that kind of creative gaming software. There have been games like that on every console beforehand, of course, but that's kind of a well-known example. And then most recently we've got Project Spark on the Xbox One and all the rest. So it's almost coming full circle where they're trying to ease people into this whole coding point of view and creating your own stuff. But amongst it all, of course, you've got an increasing number of pioneers in this field who are actually going out there and teaching our kids, and well, young and old alike really, these kind of skills, reteaching them or just sparking that interest in our kids. Two such groups, of course, are Replay and inpractice.org, which me and myself and my daughter actually had the pleasure of catching up with quite recently down in Nottingham. So here's a little video just so you can see just what my daughter thought of the whole experience. Hello GamerNaz, it's Moobit here from GamerNaz.co.uk, Moobit Media and all the rest of that stuff at the Replay events section at the Open Arcade. There's a sexy ass Gordon over there looking busy putting wires in, and I can't get a focus in this room. There you go. And we are teaching young kids basic. We've just been doing it with one kid, and Erin is now going to be typing on a BBC. Boom! You did that all by yourself! Check that out! Is that cool? Yeah, Pikmin girl. And that's what it's all about.
Should we have some sound, Erin? Should we have some sound? Have some sound. Press escape. This is the program.
Give you a quick tour across here. So we've got all the old basic computers set up right here. We've got his lovely face. Oh, and then round the corner we have got all your retro gaming stuff, just like the Gamer Dad's Arcade. People just dropping in and playing, which is always good. As you can see, it's quite a very big hall. There's lots of things going on here, talks and things like that. We've got the kids section over there, which you should have seen earlier on in the video. We've got the art gallery section through there. The Bosch art game, where they're making games based on certain art. But that's over 16s only, so I can't show you that at the moment. And Erin is listening to some sound! What's it doing? What's it doing? It's beeping!
One last program modification for Carl. One sec.
that one's called the CPU, but it's like the brain. It does all of the thinking. So when you want computers to do something, it's this bit that does all of the thinking. Can you clear that one? Where's that one go? There. Do you know what that? Can you see what that one's called? It's quite
What does it say?
word,
It's a hard word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Can you Fred Frog it?
MEMORU.
Oh, why? That one's memory, that says.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah.
What do you use your memory for? Do you know?
Remembering things.
Exactly, it's exactly right, remembering things. Computers without memory can't remember anything. You turn them on, they wouldn't do anything, they would just sort of blink at you. In fact, they used to a long time ago.
Blink, blink.
Right, you need one more. So
That
these,
one is there.
yeah, and they're the files.
On
So-
hard drive.
It is
Go.
hard drive, well done. So that's where, when you turn the computer off, or you turn, you know when you turn the computer off or a pad or a tablet off,
Yeah.
it has to put everything in there, it has to write them down. Because when the computer gets turned off, it would forget everything. Because the memory only works when the computer's turned on. And when you turn it off, it forgets everything. So it has to write everything down before it goes to sleep. And it puts them in there. And this that you made, this heart, this pixel art, this is like a file in the computer. And so if we fold this up, you can put this inside. So the computer will always remember how to draw that. So, tell you what, if you get the glue, we're going to glue the yellow bits, but I'm going to help a bit, because this bit is really tricky.
Right, I've been set up. The lads here have been with my daughter here programming on the BBC, and she's going to show me something. What have you got to show me? Yeah, so pressing run. That one, yeah. Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Ah, the joy of programming. Do you love your daddy? Do you? Of course she loves her daddy, because I take her to cool places like this. And we get to play with computers and colouring and things all day. It's great. Here we go. Now that is what you call amazing programming skills. Right there, look at that. Boom, straight up. Yeah! That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Cheers, dude! And that's what it's all about. This is Moobit signing off.
I like to move it, bit, bit, bit.